I love this song.
No, happy Friday. And it is in the 80s today, which means summer barbecue season is in full swing.
Absolutely. That means there's going to be plenty of meals to enjoy on the grill. Now, we also got to talk about a few healthy ones as well. And this morning, we've got nutrition expert Ashley Pettit in the App Grill to show us some of her favorite recipes. Ashley, welcome back.
Hi, thank you.
Well, I think that the notion is, oh, it's grilling. That means it's going to be hamburgers and we're going to drink too much. But really, eating healthy on a barbecue is very simple to do.
Very simple. And come on, burgers, it's so boring.
Right.
Let's get creative, right? And
I
that's
made
what I always try to
burgers
do.
literally last night, but they were fancy ones. But you know, you can try new things. I think that's ultimately
That is very true. And so I always go with the three staples. And grilling also is super easy and budget friendly too. I think people forget that, which I think makes it healthy intuitively as well. So I do bases. So every base I do is a vegetable that can be grilled.
Okay.
And I love, again, to go unconventional. So green beans and pineapple. Sometimes people would not think about grilling that, but if you put out tin foil, you put it on there with a little bit of oil and you grill, it brings out so much flavor. So I love that. Then I topped it with lean pork chops, so it's all about the lean meat. So first you have a lot of vegetables, because check that out. There are more vegetables than there are meat. So you're volumizing your meal and you're gonna stay fuller longer, but then it's about the sauce too. So I like to go with creative sauces. We do barbecue sauce, and again, I'll talk about barbecue sauce later, but I love the Lee Kum Kee hoisin sauce because it has a sweet, tangy flavor, and it's got that authentic Asian feel, so it pairs well with the pineapple and the green beans.
Did you just take a lick? I want to try it.
Did you just drizzle it on top after you cooked it, or would you marinate?
I grilled it with the sauce, but then
That
I
is
add
so
more
good.
on top after, because anything with a sugary base to it is going to burn off a little bit, so you always want to put some more back on.
I also love the idea of putting the vegetables literally as a base on the bottom. It just kind of gives you that visual representation of fill the plate first with these things that are going to fill you up and be tasty.
Yeah.
And then put the things that maybe, I mean, it's still fine for you, but a little bit more portion control, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I think most people don't recognize that meat is not bad for you.
Right.
It really isn't. However, protein is difficult to digest. So when you eat too much at one time, you feel like just that boulders in your stomach.
Right.
Well, that's why. So you cut down on the lean meat and then you volumize with the vegetables for sure. But
All right.
again, super creative. I love salmon. Buy wild, that's a thing, right? But I won't go too deep into that. But I put barbecue sauce on my salmon.
Interesting.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
I've never heard
my dad
that.
has been doing it for like 20 years. It's a thing. I love open pit, but I also do the 365 because I love the sweet and tangy barbecue sauce. But you're adding more flavor. Salmon is a heavy fish. So you're not going to kill the flavor by having a heavier sauce. But then asparagus and potatoes, classic American potatoes, right? Thin cut, and then I love to do grilled asparagus. You just said you love asparagus.
Yes.
I had
It's
grilled
a
asparagus
diuretic.
last night.
Ooh, me
It was
too.
so good.
And it's
amazing.
so easy.
So easy.
I mean,
so easy.
I have a grill literally just the other day. I just put a little olive oil, salt and pepper on it, and just like chunked it on this grill. I have these nice thick grates on it, and just kind of like mixed it all, like just let it burn a little bit. It was so good.
So good. Some people are afraid of grilling fish. You can get one of the special fish holders where you can flip it yourself, but you can also do aluminum foil if you want to go the way that I go, which is I call the cheap way.
And how did you prep the fish, though? Did you use anything, or did you pour the barbecue sauce on after?
I put the barbecue sauce on. So first I removed the skin.
Okay.
I put the barbecue sauce on. I wrapped it in tin foil wholly, not just on top of tin foil, and then I flip it with tongs.
Got it.
Oh, that's smart.
So it's really easy that way. And again, you can just keep buying tin foil.
And I've done a fish with like the wood plank too, where you do
yeah.
indirect heat. It's a little bit more
You're
fancy, right? But it's so
Super
good.
fancy.
All right, this looks really healthy. This last one. Here.
Okay, so I grilled chicken, right? Totally normal. It's super boring in my opinion, but I love to do it with flair. So I grill romaine. You just half a head of romaine, put it on the grill,
Really?
grill it. Yep.
Never
you
done
put it
that.
as the base. It's
Do you put
so
olive
good.
oil or anything?
Olive oil and sea salt.
Okay.
Put it as the base, and then I did fresh cherry tomatoes, olives, grilled onions, and tzatziki sauce, which is yogurt based.
Oh, that's
so
so
it's a
good.
Greek. It's like a Greek chicken, but you have so many other vegetables on your plate. It's kind of like having a salad, but then you just line it with some barbecue cheese.
Basically, protein, load it with veggies.
Yes, and healthy sauces. That's the other big thing, is you really add the calories and the sugar and things with sauces. So going with these three options are a little bit untraditional, but they are also super, super tasty.
I've never heard of grilling the romaine.
Oh yeah,
Me either.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Well,
Do
kind
you
of-
know
how long?
Usually it depends on how high your heat is on the grill.
Quickly.
So for me, it's pretty quick. That's why you do half of it and then you can separate the leaves later because you want to keep it heavy.
Right.
But I basically
just
about a
watch
minute
it?
and a half,
Yeah.
2 minutes per side.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to watch it for sure.
So we don't have any drinks here, but of course that's part of a barbecue. And I feel like that's sometimes where, honestly, you lose your...
Of course you would ask that
Right,
question.
well,
Yes.
you lose your way a little bit because that's where a diet can just go to crud.
You can. For example, I'm going to the Cubs game today, and so that sometimes can happen. You want to have a ballpark Frank, but then you know also want to
have a beer.
imbibe a little
Yeah.
bit. So it's always making a smarter choice. So if you're going to drink, wait until your meal is served. Don't happy hour pre-drink before you're eating. And then when you're drinking, when you're eating, you really want to stick to basics. So if you're doing hard liquor, which I don't necessarily promote a ton, but keep it simple and straight.
Yeah.
So anything, I love LaCroix. Mix it with any flavor LaCroix, and you've got flavored, no sugar, no sodium vodka.
That's such a
Club
good
soda
call.
has sodium in it.
And
It's gonna
tonic
be
is
good.
full
And tonic.
of sugar.
And
which-
then now all these beers have all these ultra light, low carb,
Right.
lower calorie versions, and that's great. I'm not a beer aficionado, but
Right.
I know those are available.
Okay.
And then for wine is always a good.
Yes.
That's my go-to.
Yeah.
And it's
How's
healthy,
the
right?
bubbly.
Yeah.
95 calories per champagne glass is the lowest. So.
Actually, these are great options. I kind of want to eat everything along with our donuts this morning.
Me too.
So for more information, log on to livingwithashley.com. If I live with Ashley, will she cook for me?
This is true. I
Okay.
would.